I can't say I fully understand what we're doing, but that's all right.
So we're going to pick who is your favorite Batman. Who would be in your Batman movie? You pick a Batman.
That's what I
And
thought.
You don't have to pick Batman first or anything. You just
Right.
pick,
So,
you just pick your
pick one of the categories.
You've done a football draft.
so you'd love to see Robert Pattinson in Tim Burton's Batmobile.
Right.
With the Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon. That would be your favorite movie of all time. But if I pick Pat Hingle, you cannot have it.
You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. Comics, television, movies, and more. If it impacts fan culture, we have something to say about it. And now, your hosts, Jordan, Cliff, and Seth.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth.
We still have Batman on the brain. How about that?
We got Bat Brain.
The Batman, the Matt Reeves film, just debuted on HBO as we are talking. It's probably still in theaters in a lot of places, so it's still timely, all right? Get off our backs. We're still talking about it.
Batman's always time.
Cliff, you finally saw the movie, right? You hadn't seen it last time we talked about it?
Yeah, wasn't real excited to go out and see it in the theater, so I waited for HBO Max to premiere it, and watched it then.
Right.
And yeah, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
So you're basically saying you don't regret skipping.
Yeah, I definitely. It's not. I wouldn't. No.
My comment on that would be, I've been worried about anybody waiting to watch it at home because I had to watch it twice to completely follow the story.
Yeah.
It was very complicated story. So anybody who had the opportunity to look at their phone at any time, there's no way you knew what the hell was going on the whole time.
Well, I will say, if you watch it on your phone, then you're okay.
True. You got me.
I thought it was fine. I mean, there was stuff there was stuff I liked about it, or I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. There was other stuff I was like, oh, that's really bad. I don't care for this. I don't,
I didn't think it was a Cliff movie. Definitely.
No.
I never would have pegged it.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't. It didn't get me excited about any of it. Thought Zoe Kravitz was great.
Mm.
Probably the best part of the movie. I thought John Turturro was really good in it. I liked him.
Really good.
Pattinson's Batman was fine. He just, I don't know. He just was a little too emo, I thought, but
he was at max emo. Turned the dial all the way up.
Yeah, exactly.
You say Max Reba?
He was Reba. Yeah, Rebus. Inside jokes. Let's get all right. What are we doing?
So we thought we'd do something different. Something we've done drafts before. We've picked our favorites before. We've done top 10 countdowns, that kind of thing. We're gonna do something a little bit different that we haven't done before. We're calling it the Bat Draft. This was your baby, Seth. Why don't you explain?
Oh, it's just like a fantasy football draft, basically. If you've ever done one of those, you'll understand this. And there's going to be 8 positions. You're going to draft from all the Batman movies out there and try to draft your own personal favorites from the movies to make your own movie. So each of the positions, like your quarterback would be Batman, and I'm not trying to get too football, but just equating it here, you gotta pick your players. You're picking the 8 categories we have are, you're picking a Batman, you're picking a villain, a Gotham, and I'm saying like Tim Burton's Gotham or Matt Reeves' Gotham, and so on. Each not going to be specific to one movie, but Nolan's Gotham, those movies. You got picking a Batmobile, picking an Alfred, picking a Gordon. Then you get a +1. It could be anybody, a sidekick for a good or bad person, or any character. A Vicky Vale, you need a Vicky Vale, and then you get a wild card. That could be anything on the Bat map, from tech to a person to a location to anything you want to add in there. So 8 categories. There's 3 of us. It's going to be 24 picks. We're doing a snake draft. We already picked the order. And I think so you can pick in any order. You don't have to pick Batman first. You can pick your kicker first. You can say, I really want Vicky Vale. And we picked our order already, and we'll go through it. And I think as we go, as you get your picks, I was thinking about that. I really feel like I'm going to be inclined, and maybe I would say maybe you guys should get in on this. Like, describe what your movie is becoming as you pick these picks. Like, what is your movie? That's
what I'm wondering, because I have like my first, second, or third pick, or I have a basic order. But I was thinking, as we go, will this change?
Yeah.
If I start thinking about this Batman and this car, well, he shouldn't be in this Gotham. He should be in this Gotham. Like, it might evolve as we go. Who knows what this will become?
Oh man, it's gonna be nuts. Now, if you pick a Batman, to be clear, you get the main reason you're probably picking him. You want the bat suit. You want that Bruce Wayne. That's a combo there.
Right.
You get the tech of that suit, basically. So any questions you have, we'll figure it out along the way. That's about it. I think that covers it.
Well, I wanted to point out we are talking movies.
Yes.
But there's a wide swath there.
A lot of
what
movies.
That could entail.
Totally.
So I have a list of all the movies I counted, but I don't know if we want to say that yet.
Yeah. Let's hold it for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we could, but then we're kind of spoiling our picks. I think people will like to see what pops up. So I believe Jordan has the number 1 pick, so he gets to pick the MVP of the Bat film world, whoever he considers he must have in his movie. So this is exciting, isn't it? This is the star of his show, probably.
It is exciting. Wow. This is hard. I like Batman. I like most of the Batman movies, even the bad ones. So getting the first pick of anything, the floor is wide open.
Yeah.
But I feel like every category has something I can live with. Like there's nothing, if I don't get to pick, would ruin my movie. I don't think there's enough good options out there. So
yeah,
I don't think there's any busts in this draft. But I don't think I want to start with Batman, because these movies are usually villain focused. There's been a lot of Batmans, but what really makes or breaks the movie are the villains. So he might be the number 1 unanimous obvious draft pick, but I'm going to have to go number 1 pick, Heath Ledger's Joker.
I think this was pretty much had to be the number 1 overall pick on all analyst draft boards. Everyone was thinking, this guy doesn't go first. What kind of sicko is up there? Somebody sicker than him.
No surprises here.
So,
although I have a long list of villains, like there's a long, and probably the top half of this list are all I wouldn't mind being in my movie. But Dark Knight's my favorite of all these movies. Still, his performance it just makes that film, and it's iconic. There's been Jokers before, Jokers since, but nobody has done it quite like Heath Ledger's version. I think that's the kind of movie I would want, is a more grounded. Jack Nicholson's great, but I think I would want the more grounded, darker Joker of Heath Ledger.
I feel you. I think that's a home run. So, Cliff, you have the second pick in the draft.
Okay. So, I like The Dark Knight. I do agree. Probably one of the best superhero movies. I think we talked about this years ago. One of our favorites ever, as far as that goes. But I also I've told this story before. I have a love of campy 1966 Batman. So with my pick, I'm actually going to go with Batcave.
Ooh. Okay.
And the 1966 classic, everything you could possibly want. It's got the bat poles. You know, we would get the William Shakespeare bust, push the little red button, the poles come out, and we slide down into the cave. It's got the Batmobile. It's got all these massive bat computers and a whole science center, so he can do his detective work, and
everything's nicely labeled: bat computer, bat phone, bat chair.
We can't get confused because everything's got a label on it. Even the
so
bat
this is your wild card pick. Which pick is this, or is this your Batman pick?
Oh, I thought we had a.
This is his wild card.
So this is your
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. We didn't say this, so but I feel like this is we just didn't think of it. I think this is a great call.
Yeah.
This is a huge thing. You've got this decked out Batcave, full on 66 movie Batcave. Love it.
Got the the Batmobile that just spins on a dime and shoots out of the cave. I love this show. This is when I thought about this draft a few weeks ago. This was kind of the first thing I thought of, so that's why I'm picking it first. Was just that, he's got to have a bat cave, and what's the best bat cave? Well, there's some good bat caves out there, and there's some really ones I really didn't like in the movies. So,
right,
this was the one that started it off for me. I've told that story on here before about Batman. My mom sitting me when I was a baby in front of the television when my parents got ready for work every day. And
I remember this story.
Yeah, and Batman was what ended up being my first word. So
no.
So,
and it counts. It's yes, there's a series, but it's also a movie. Batman the movie was a film.
66.
So that counts.
That's a good one. I like it. So now that technically you don't have that Batmobile. You just have that Bat cave.
Right. Just the cave, yeah.
But that's a killer cave. I like it.
None of us have a Bat cave. We never thought to have a Bat cave.
We didn't. It did not dawn on me to have a Bat cave. And I feel like that's stupid that I didn't think of that. All right. My number one pick. This is like Jordan said, that you've got picks that are. I gotta make sure I do this right. I never get this right. How do I get it on my screen and then share it? Oh, I get to pick it. I got you. Okay. Anyway, there aren't too many picks that I have to have my first choice, but I have to have my first choice for this. All right, I'm gonna share what I gotta have. Gotta have it. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. I can see it.
Batmobile 89. Gotta have it.
Love it.
I wasn't gonna be happy with any of the other ones. So it's when I saw that sucker first in line for that movie at the mall, 10 p.m. that Thursday night or whatever night of the week it was, we drove down there and saw that, had my Batman shirt on. I was like, I'd wanted the two Batman shirts that everybody in the country was wearing.
I remember them well.
Yeah. And they never improved on this.
They
This
never
was
topped it. Never topped it. I totally agree. I mean, it is just, that is art. It is so sleek and gothic looking.
Yep.
And just, it had the shields. I mean, come on.
That's what I want to do, be able to go, shields.
Yep. And then get some CG freaking scales closing up over your windows. Yeah. So good. So that was my no-brainer number one pick.
That would have been my top pick of Batmobile as well. Just to,
I had a feeling. That's why I chose it now.
Because there's been some bad Batmobiles. There's been Batmobiles I really don't like, but that one, I mean, I think I had like a Matchbox car of that. Like, just it looks good in all formats.
Yeah. Now, they changed them up a little bit for the other ones. I'm sure we'll see. You guys will have to pick something. Some of whatever's left. Okay, so I'm at the turn here, so I get another pick. It's a snake draft, so I get the fourth pick. I gotta think what I'm gonna do really in the moment here. So I got that. What else do I have to have? Well, this is tough. I think I gotta have a +1 here. I gotta maybe. This is a tough pick. This hurts. Because there's two really good ones that you got to choose from. Man, I'm not gonna get a pick for three picks here in the middle of this. Pull up. Sorry, kids. This is an important decision. This is early on.
This sets the tone of the film and the franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well, I got to do it here. I'm just gonna do it now. Sorry. This is just killing me. It's killing me.
We're like the Three Little Bears.
Yeah, exactly.
Who puts more thought into this and effort?
I know.
You put a whole lot of effort.
Okay, I'm gonna do this and just stop thinking about it. This is gonna be my number 2. This is gonna be I'm gonna call it a +1. Yeah, let's go with +1. This is my +1. Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman. So basically, I got some good stuff going on here in my movie right now. I got the Batmobile '89, and then I got Catwoman from Batman Returns. Meow.
Mm-hmm.
Best line reading of meow ever. There's a lot of good Catwomen out there, and you're right. Zoe Kravitz is killer and great, but this is iconic. This look in the movie, and she was just a nut, and it was bringing everything. She's the best part about the movie, So
and slotting her in at +1, she could be a villain, she could be a love interest, she could be a good guy or a bad guy.
You don't know what my plot is yet. Yeah. All right, so that's the fourth pick overall. So now we're gonna move on. This is Cliff gets to pick for the fifth pick.
Okay. All right. So we've got a villain. Maybe two. So far. We've got a Batcave. And we got that ultra sexy Batmobile. Well, in that case, I think. Hold on. Should be
just
better.
I want you to really think, and you could just edit the hell out of this video, but I want us to get to really think here.
I think we got to have an Alfred.
Oh, yeah, we do need an Alfred.
And I like this guy. Batman Mask of the Phantasm might be... It's way up there for me in Batman movies. classic Kevin Conroy Batman. Great, wonderful story. Heartbreaking, if you will. But I really like this Alfred. He shows, we get that compassionate side of him, that that fatherly figure. He comforts Batman in this movie, as well as, we even get to see a little bit younger version of Alfred, in this too. So I just always like this version, and I know this is movies, but I love the animated show and that they continued on with this. But yeah, I don't have much to say about it. I just think when it comes to movies, I don't love all the Alfreds. They're all kind of different typically, but I really like this guy.
Alfred is a thin position here on the.
Yeah, exactly.
So voiced by Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., and a classic Hollywood actor. And there's two quotes from that movie. The one was on that board of the. He says, "You don't know me, Alfred." He's like, "I diapered your bottom. I bloody well up to, sir." And that "sir" he tacks onto the end is just perfect. And the other one, when he sees him in the costume for the first time, he's like, "Oh
yes,
my God!"
I forgot about yes.
Back. So
yes.
it's animated, but it's a wonderful performance too by the voice actor.
Love it.
All right, so you got a cave and somebody to dust it.
That's right.
Now you get it. Yeah. Now it's Jordan gets 2 picks here.
2 picks. All right. So my pick. This might. I don't know. Somebody might disagree with this as even being eligible.
Oh shoot! What are you doing?
But I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna say it's in a technicality. I think this works, and technicalities are the best. So, as my +1, I'm gonna bring in Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Well, I'll just tell you that was who I was struggling to choose between her and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Ah, okay.
So this is a great pick.
Okay,
great
so.
Pick.
Star of the Suicide Squad, which Batman was in.
Yep.
So a live-action Batman was in a movie with a live-action Harley Quinn.
This was a +1, you say?
Yes, my +1. Margot Robbie is the perfect Harley Quinn. She nailed it, I think, from the first time out, and then has only gotten better. So this last incarnation of the Suicide Squad was terrific. They've given her more of the girl power. She's less of the abused girlfriend sort of thing. But if I've got Heath Ledger, imagine Heath Ledger and Margot Robbie having scenes together. That's my movie, folks. That's it. It's there. What more could you want?
I feel you. You're selling it to me. I love it. I love this. Awesome. I love this movie you're fashioning here.
Now I just can't screw the rest of it up. So then I have another pick, right? Yeah. Man, nobody's picked a Batman yet.
Not yet.
There's a lot of Batman out there.
There's a lot of Batman. Wow, that's tough. I almost don't want to pick a Batman. Is that weird?
No, I didn't. Do you even need a Batman?
According to the rules, yes.
Oh, true. It's exciting.
Yeah, I think I'm going to follow Cliff's lead here.
Oh, snap.
Cliff looks surprised. Because I feel like Alfred is the weakest position. So on a fantasy baseball team, you got to get your shortstop first, because there's a lot of late hitting shortstops. So I'm going to go with my Alfred. I'm going to go with Michael Caine from the Christopher Nolan version.
Michael Caine.
He had that, trusty butler thing, but there was there's an edge to him. You knew he had a history. He talked about, the people who wanted to watch the world burn, when he was, with the military and all that stuff. So he has a past, but he's also a loyal, trusted friend. And has a good sarcastic wit, a good humor to him. So, yeah, high quality actor for a often overlooked role. We'll say Michael Caine as Alfred Z. Butler.
Very brings the emotion to. It's probably the most emotional story Alfred of any of the movies. You know, it's like it's a full character. Yeah, you got to have an. I've been reading so much Batman lately, and I love the Alfred in these comics of the early stories, and I'm just like, so I was really poring over the list of my choices of Alfreds and thinking, what would I do? And he was definitely up there. Quality pick. So you got a couple Nolans and James Gunn, is that correct? Yeah. So now it's back to me, and I have 2 picks on the turn here. So what do I gotta have?
Wait, doesn't go back to Cliff?
Didn't Cliff just do 2
No.
picks?
No.
No, Cliff did 1.
Why did he do 1? Oh, you're 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got
1.
you guys flipped. I apologize.
Yeah.
Cliff,
Yeah.
yes, it's your turn. I'm sorry. Cliff,
Okay.
you get 1 pick here.
Okay, 1 pick. Let's go.
Yeah, at pick number 8 overall.
Yes, pick number 8 overall. We got a cave. We got a place. We need a place to put that cave.
Oh, he's taken
The Gotham.
the best Gotham.
Yep.
I can't fight you on this. This is Burton's Gotham is the best in my opinion.
Yeah,
that would have been my pick.
Yeah, totally. For me, I think it's the most fleshed out. Like, feels like a full city. But very, very distinctive. You know,
and still dark. It's got a little bit of color to it. It's got the very hyper Gotham. You know, it's got all the, feels like you're in a mall the whole time. You know, it's like
a little bit, but then it's got that shady, like in Batman Returns. You know, with the whole zoo where the penguin hangs out and stuff. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's got some weird stuff in it too that I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, I love the timeless feel of it. Everybody's in fedoras, and you know, it looks. You don't know what era it's in. Giant statues, blimps. You know, it's like it's a crazy Art Deco world that never existed, but should.
So cool.
I love it. Now I have 2 picks. Okay, what are they going to be? Not Alfred. I ain't got to worry about any Alfreds anymore. That may be my last pick. You took the Burton Gotham, so that probably would have been next. So good steal there. I think I'm going to come back strong. So look, I've got a Catwoman, I've got Michelle Pfeiffer, and I have the best Batmobile. So now I'm going to really put the bones in this one. This is going to give me some good stuff here. So share the screen. I'm going to go ahead and be the first one to pick a Batman. And let's see if I can pull you guys up, make this work. All right. I'm going Battinson. Okay. I like it. I love the suit. I just really like the look of this Batman. I like the mask. Like, it's got a lot of chin showing. I like the way the cape is. He doesn't walk around as stiff as some of the other ones. I like the voice is not over. Christian Bale was too. I hated his voice.
I did too.
When he was Batman. It drove me freaking nuts. I love this Batman going in and being the detective right there beside the cops in there, weirding them out, but still being there. He's very emo in this, but I like this version of him where he is Batman, learning how to be Batman and becoming Bruce Wayne, like having to eventually figure out that he's going to have to be more than Batman. But I love this suit. I loved the just the little tricks he had, the contact and and the stupid floaty suit that freaking that he wrecked. It's just like I just really love this version. It was the closest to my kind of gritty, year one-ish Batman, and I think they just nailed it. So could have been there could be little tweaks, but this is the lead in my Batman movie.
Yeah, we didn't get a whole lot of the Bruce Wayne of it all, but as far as him in the costume as Batman, I had no complaints whatsoever.
Yeah, so that's the number 9 pick overall. So this is going to be a controversial pick. I'm just going to tell you. But this is for fun, and I think I've got my enough evidence here to prove it's allowed. So I need a villain, and I'm going big. I'm going from a movie that is as freaking Gotham as it gets. You got Thomas Wayne in it. You got Martha Wayne, Alfred Pennyworth, and you even got Bruce Wayne. Look at that smile. But there's my villain.
Oh, I was so confused. I've never seen that movie. I was like, what is he talking about?
Joaquin Phoenix as Joker is going to be my villain. Super hyped to get him in here. So now we got Pattinson, Joker. I got the 89 Batmobile and Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. So I know this wasn't your list of movies, but I figured if Bruce Wayne was in it, I could pick it.
They've talked about making a whole series of those villain type movies, so it's part of the DC
something
overall world. So
all right, so it's back to Cliff.
Okay. All right, I got to pick something here. Well, I agree. I think it's time to pick a Batman.
Uh-oh.
I waited one pick too long.
Yeah.
Now, I think you'll be okay here. This is a little bit of a surprise for me. But I went with the Batfleck.
That was my number 2, Cliff. That was who I would have settled with.
Yeah, I would
be fine with that.
I really like his overall look. His costume was very comic booky. It was a costume I'd waited to see in film or on the big screen for a long time. And I actually like his Bruce Wayne quite a bit. He's not so dark. He's got a little humor to him, and he he can be dark in a couple or in one of the movies, but overall I felt like he wasn't, that like super gritty guy. But I just liked the way he filled out the suit in it. And I thought it was pretty cool. He had some fun one-liners, and I think as far as if we're building a movie here, I think this is a guy that, he could have some cool little quips in there from time to time as Bruce Wayne or as Batman that would bring the story right along. So we're going with Batfleck.
I've said before, I had a lot of problems with the movies he was in, but it wasn't his fault, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think he delivered what he was asked to do, and he was excellent. And as a grizzled older Bruce and as a grizzled older Batman.
Right. So, and he actually fit into, it was a Batman they could take and fit into a Justice League scenario. And I like that. So,
yeah, I that was probably my favorite Batman until this latest one. So yeah, I like your pick. So now it's Jordan with 2 picks.
Comes to me. I'm going to go ahead and get my setting out of the way. And I'll go with I Tim Burton would be my first choice for his version of Gotham. So I think I'll go with my second choice. This what was inspired by Tim Burton's vision from the animated series and Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, the 90s animated Gotham. That same sort of out of time feel, gargoyles, blimps, spotlights in the sky, just a Art Deco wonderland where everything was big giant letters and long boxy cars and everything. Just a very unique vision. It was inspired by Burton, but it was definitely its own thing.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Definitely should be one of the top three. I totally agree. It was up there for me too.
That Tim verse is just, man, when in the 90s when he broke out with this show and it led into some, a whole universe of animated movies and cartoons and stuff, and I ate it up. I loved it. I loved the look of it, and it just embodied so much of what DC Comics that I loved as a whole. So very cool.
All right, so there's my Gotham. So I get another pick. So I'm looking at this list, and the only thing left no one has picked is a Gordon. So it would be a chance to get my first pick there. Or I could swoop in and grab something else from another category. What do you think?
I don't know. Sure, you got to make the choice, man.
Yeah, I think I'll go with my Gordon. Commissioner Gordon, always an important part of the Batman mythos. Batman's got to have somebody to work with and butt heads with a little bit. And I really, really love Jeffrey Wright's version of him from this newest movie. Just a very competent guy. Again, but they're both kind of at the beginning of their careers, so there's room to grow for this character. But I thought he carried the weight on his shoulders of the rumpled suits and the kind of the corruption that's all around him. I just think he was great in this, and I think he'll be just as interesting going forward as they make more of these.
Yeah, I loved him, and I loved how he's like, man, come on, man.
Come on, man.
You only call him Batman. He's called man.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I mean,
he's young. He's not commissioner yet. He's just Gordon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
I like it. He was in my top three. Yeah. So it's back to Cliff.
Okay. I am going to follow that. I'm going to follow that Gordon with another Gordon. And Gary Oldman from the Nolan verse. I'm very visual. I find I found this out about myself. But as far as a visual Gordon, and this guy, this guy's a chameleon anyways in anything he's ever played, any movie he's ever been in. And I really liked him in this in much the same way. He's that middle-aged guy. He's not perfect in any way. But he's just a really good cop and holds that, that moral compass up here. And I think he would play well with what I got going on in that, he could do the gothic, he could go back and forth with Ben Affleck's Batman that I've chosen here. But I just thought he did a great job in this trilogy. And if he comes with the bat signal, I think that's a pretty cool bat signal he comes with. And
wait, we never said anything about him coming with the bat signal.
Hey.
That's not, you can't just
accessories sold separately.
Exactly.
Just trying to sneak it in there, but no, I really do. I like his he always had the big trench coat like we see in so many versions of it, and then that that brown underneath, just layers of brown. Just big old mustache to go with it, and I thought he was great. He's a great actor, and he played a huge part in those movies. almost to the point where he was probably the guy that was on screen the most behind Christian Bale. So
he was actually my number one, but my list was getting way too Nolan heavy, so I moved to Jeffrey Wright. So I love Gary Oldman, and what you're saying, like the big push through mustache, and like he looks like a drawing of Jim Gordon. So yeah, it's perfect.
Good stuff. All right, who is it now?
You for two.
Oh, it's me. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I don't have to pick a Gotham, an Alfred, or a Gordon. I don't think. I think you guys all did this, didn't you? So, only thing I have a wild card left. I could jump in and grab now. Wild card.
Be literally anything from the entire mythos.
I know. I think what I am finding, like, I'm trying to think about my movie. So I've got Pattinson. I'm gonna say it's the next Pattinson movie here. So he's uncovered or got rid of that Charger, and he's got him the right Batmobile. There's a crazy Catwoman going around the city, and the Joker, this ruthless new Joker, shows up, and just these two crazies on the town are throwing him off. He needs a partner. He's getting him a partner. So we got to have somebody for the Joker to kill. So I'm going with Burt Ward. He's going to get him a new partner.
Heck yeah.
And Joaquin Phoenix is going to murder him.
Oh, that's too bad.
And it's going to be great. And
And
Dick is going to be, he's going to be all freaked out by this sexy Catwoman coming around. Like, oh, holy cat suits, Batman. And the Joker's going to come in and slice his throat. It's going to be great. I like Burt Ward. I watch clips, and he's always just like 100%.
He was giving his all, that's for sure.
He was. I really like him. I like the suit.
Older than Robert Pattinson
now,
even as a teen.
even as a teen, probably.
Yeah.
But he pulls it off. I think he could fit him in there somewhere in that Batmobile for a little while till he gets murdered. All right. And then I got to make another pick here, right? Okay, so I am going to take... I can't decide on one thing, so I will take my Alfred. My Alfred didn't really get to show his chops too much in the movies yet. I think he was underused, but having read these early comics and stuff, I really would like to see this guy get to sink his teeth in and be a more of a father figure to Bruce and help him out. So I'd like to get some more Jeremy Irons in there. He's that early Alfred. He's always real thin and a little more balding than that, but he was just like very serious, and I don't know. I think Jeremy Irons could do it if they gave him some more to work with than he had, in the Snyderverse or whatever. But I just think he's a great actor, and I want more Alfred, and I think he's the guy to do it. He's gonna probably find this dead Burt Ward.
He's got to get the blood out of the clothes.
Yeah, the Joker came in, slit his throat, and then pulled back the '89 Batmobile up over him and just peeled out on him. There's splattered Burt Ward all over the Batcave, and here comes Jeremy Irons. He comes down, says some riddle from Die Hard 3 or whatever.
I knew you were going to say that.
Forgot to take the safety catch off.
And a man, 7 wives. Okay, so that's my Alfred.
Oh my!
So it's back to Cliff.
Oh man! All right, I got to pick a villain. I haven't picked a villain yet, guys. And
there's a few out there.
Yeah, my top one.
We just took we took both Jokers.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm wondering. I'm afraid
Jokers.
That's what I'm afraid we're gonna have an all Joker. Every movie's gonna have a Joker.
I think we know what a Batman movie needs. Okay, so what are you doing?
Well,
I wasn't complaining. I'm just. It would be interesting.
Oh, I gotta clear off one here. Okay. So I gotta pick that villain. I can't pick Heath Ledger anymore. So we're gonna roll with it. And we're gonna go with the Scarecrow. Wow. I feel like this is an underused scary,
I should have known. I forgot
scary...
you were a Scarecrow guy.
Heck yeah.
I forgot. I should listen to our show more often.
You should.
I would learn that Cliff is a Scarecrow guy, and I should have known that I didn't have to worry.
That's right. You see, I made a little different decision here, and I wanted to redeem the Scarecrow from one of our earlier episodes when I picked him and everybody hated on him. And
we don't get vetoes, right?
No.
Yeah, I really like this Dr. Jonathan Crane, and I think he's a double threat. You know, he's the scary guy in that mask with the fear toxin, but he's also a pretty powerful psychologist too. And I think that would make it interesting, and it would bring my movie, a little bit more back down to earth, and having a scary guy like that they got to fight off. So yeah, and it gets him back on the board for this show. So
I like it. He's good. Now Jordan's got a couple picks.
All right, so I've got a few holes yet to fill.
Should have 3, I believe.
I do. I still need a Batman, a Batmobile, and a wild card. So I will go. I'm going to leave y'all in suspense of who my Batman is. So I'm going to go with my Batmobile. What's he driving? We got to learn what he's driving first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go modern again. I'm going to go with that Dodge Charger muscle car Robert Pattinson drove.
It's a good one.
Again, it's kind of the beginning. It's early days. You haven't tricked it out completely.
You definitely believe this young Batman could put something together like this. He has the money, Maybe Alfred taught him how to work on cars a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool.
Dad sure didn't.
Ouch.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. That was a cool scene, that car chase scene, and having, the big giant jet engine on the back and that thing firing up, and that high pitched noise it made. I was like, that's pretty cool. That may be the coolest thing in this movie.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that was the standout scene. That was the big action set piece. That was in the first teaser trailer. That was one of the earliest things we saw was this car.
That's a good argument for why I have not been watching trailers, because that would have been far more impactful if I hadn't watched that whole scene in the trailer.
And if I can't get Tim Burton's version, that's a good clip. That's a good second for me. I'll take the Pattinson trailer. All right, so I have left is a Batman and wild card. Let's go. I better pick my Batman just to lock it in.
I feel like it's one of two. I'm narrowed down to 2.
Affleck's off the board. Pattinson's off the board. So yeah, I have it narrowed down to 2 as well. But I think in this version I'm doing, I got to go with the man, Michael Keaton.
Yeah. It's because I know why, because you've already got Phantasm Gotham. You can't go that Batman too.
Yeah. Kevin Conroy as the animated version. I have him listed as number 1 right here, but yeah, it's something about that doesn't quite mesh with my villains and my setting and my car, but I think Michael Keaton could do it.
Absolutely.
To me, he's my favorite Bruce Wayne. He captured nuances of him sitting in the cave brooding over the computer and like being distracted at a party, and his weird flirting with Vicky Vale. I loved everything about his Bruce Wayne. Batman was a work in progress, like the joke, he can't turn his head one way or the other, but
yeah,
I'm Batman. No one's done anything better than that. So I still love Michael Keaton in the role. The suit's pretty sweet. I mean, it's simple and it's a little bit, that molded rubber is a little bit cheesy compared to what we have today. But I like the simple look rather than all the Affleck tons of joints and piping and all that stuff. I'll take a simple all black Batman with the oval yellow any day.
I remember thinking that I'd never seen that all black bat suit Batman until that movie came out in 89, and I was just like, what is this? This is nuts. Like, he's supposed to be blue and gray and have, the big yellow utility belt, but I was just like, oh my gosh, this is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like it. Okay, so Cliff, it's back to you.
Okay. What are we gonna pick? Let's see. I gotta get I need a +1. Guys.
Need a +1. Sure do.
And I'll be honest with you. I wasn't real sure what I was gonna do with this until just a few minutes ago. And,
well, what's your movie? Tell it to work your movie out here, and then tell us how this works into it.
Well, it's definitely it's a swerve. It's a swerve. Hold on here.
Because you have
so far I've got Ben Affleck as my Batman. So from the Justice League and Batman versus Superman. Not super dark, older, kind of quippy Batman is what I'm thinking. We've got our villain. It's the Scarecrow from Batman Begins. Super ruthless.
Smart, which is your villain is the darkest part of your movie.
It definitely
which
is.
It should be. You've got Batfleck in the Burton, popcorn Gotham. Yeah. You've got the 66 Batcave with all the flashing lights.
And the Gary Oldman,
who is just going to be out of sorts. Yeah. Or in your crazy world that you've got.
Yes. So I think what we need, make sure I've got it pulled up here. Okay. What we need is just a little bit more. How crazy can we get? And this is as crazy as I can think of. The Robin from the Lego movie.
I like it.
Because we're going to be dark, but we're going to have fun in my movie.
I can just, there's going to be a lot of that gif of Ben Affleck staring ahead.
Yeah.
While this Robin's talking to him, blah 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 blah. And he's just going to be staring as they zoom in on him.
Can you imagine him chasing this idiot around? Like, this is fun.
I like it.
So
that was Michael Cera doing the voice, right?
Yep, that's good.
Yeah, I could see Cliff being a strange extension of the Adam West era.
Yes.
Into some weird neon future where it's not super dark and gritty. It's a little more fun.
Anything can happen at any moment in Gotham.
Well, on that, I need a Gotham. So let's see. I don't think it's going to let me share this like I want to. Yeah, well, maybe. Okay. So I need a Gotham. You guys already have one. I'm going with the Lego Gotham. It's got a lot of color. We all three picked like those like very animated worlds. You got the live action one, but we went with the cartoon Gothams. Got the good. This actually reminds me of the Reeves Gotham too, where they're, it's just sunsetty and stuff. But, I like that. I think that'll be a good background for a good place for Robin to die. And and then
blood. You're gonna get blood all over those Lego bricks.
Oh, that was right. Blood on the bricks. That's the name of it.
That's good.
Did it?
That's good. I love it.
Did it?
Blood on the bricks.
And then I need a Gordon. I actually had narrowed down to 3, and only one of them's gone. But I don't want to I want to take something from a movie I haven't picked yet. So I'm going to go with the Phantasm Gordon. He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's there were some touching things in there with him, and I could see him parlaying with, Bat Pat and trying to straighten him out. He's a little older than what he was used to. He really grows up between the two movies. He's full commissioner now. The gray came in fast. And
in Gotham City, it turns you gray. There's too much.
That's right. That's right. Especially when there's a murder in Savannah.
And there's blood on the brake.
That's right. So you guys need titles for your movies. So and that rounds out my movie. So
Okay.
That voice is Bob Hastings.
Yes. I watched a few clips the other day, and I was like, yeah, I love this guy. I love him.
Yeah.
So you each have one pick left. So we go back to Cliff. You need a Batmobile.
I need a Batmobile. That's very, very true. Yeah, I for sure would have went with Keaton's 89 Batmobile. After that, I really did like the new one in the Batman. But beyond that, I was like, what else do I even like? I didn't care for the Kilmer or or much for the Clooney Batmobile, like the Schumacher movies. I just, bleh.
It had the weird rib cage
Yep.
and glowing. I didn't like the tumbler.
Did not like the
whole
tumbler.
thing. Yeah,
This is you guys are describing why I took the Batmobile first pick.
Yeah.
It's such
hard
a
to get right
standout
for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. So I need to pick another one. And
I had no backup for Batmobile.
yeah, like seriously, that's kind of the situation I am, and here I am on my last pick, and I'm like, oh God, what am I gonna do?
Oh, I figured you would have had that right off the bat. What your favorite one?
I really put all my chips in on that Keaton Batmobile.
I do. I think I know what you're gonna pick. I know what you should pick because it.
Oh,
well,
you do.
There's one that fits into your cave real nice.
There's one. That's exactly right.
Well, that's true, but that's true.
Yeah, I'm going with the 66 because I was just like, this is the only other one I like.
That does. You won't have to do any editing to get it in your back cave.
Nope, we've already got it.
I thought you were going to pick the Mask of the Phantasm one. That's a good one too.
That is a good one. That's true. But
blow that up a little bit. Let's see that image increase there. The top. Yeah.
There it is.
Love that.
Looks like Adam West Stuntman driving it, but that's okay.
Yeah. It's a blow up though.
So yeah, this is pretty cool. Talk about that piping. It's got the red. Yeah, super cool.
He's driving Robin over to my world to die. He's dropping him off at school.
So pretty cool. Yeah. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
That's going to fit good in your back cave. So, Jordan, you have the last pick. What do you still need? A +1? Is that true or what?
I need a wild card.
Oh, you need a wild card. So what could it be? Is it technology? Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like there is one real answer.
There was
for this,
a technology
and I don't think
thing that I got pictures of that I didn't pick. And I just couldn't. I really wanted Robin to die, so he was my bonus there, but yeah. I couldn't make this pick. But
yeah, I had 2 picks for this category, and it was a real. Let me tell you, it's tough. But
we're excited to see what you pick out of everything that's left over.
I'll tell you, this was not tough for me. I had one pick for this. I knew exactly what I wanted it to be. When you mentioned this is one of the first things when you said, "How would you make your perfect Batman movie?" This was one of the first things that sprung to mind. I'm not sure why, but my movie would need penguins strapped with rockets on their backs. I need an army of penguin commandos.
Who doesn't?
That's just got to happen.
Who's your villain?
Joker and Harley Quinn. I mean, it works.
They could have these.
Yeah,
totally.
So this was the bizarre plot line from Batman Returns. with the penguin. He had an army of mind-controlled penguins with
You're
rockets
appealing
on
to
their
the
backs.
voters pretty strongly here with your penguin commandos.
Look, they even made action figures.
Yeah.
With mind control gear and firing missiles.
That's pretty
Surely
awesome.
a kid choked on that in 1992.
I like it. That's amazing. That's good. That's a very good use. I should have had Burt Wards with rockets strapped to their back.
Actually, I did have one more thing I could have used for wild card, and that was bat shark repellent. But glad I didn't need to use it.
Yeah, it's overused. I had a couple picks ready for a Batwing, but they're so easily taken down by one shot from a Joker long gun. Yeah, Joker long pistol. Just shoot you out of the sky.
That's true. I had I had one other thing that really, I tell you what, guys, it should have been on the list for everybody, and that's a Batman soundtrack.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that today that we did not have our score on there.
Yeah.
So there's
not even that. You could have just given me Prince's Bat Dance.
Yeah.
To play throughout the entire movie. Yeah. My entire movie just plays Prince.
Yeah.
And
I felt like you're either gonna have Prince songs was probably the number one.
Yeah.
Then you had Elfman and Giacchino. So yeah, we probably should have done that, but we didn't.
It's all right.
It's all right. So that's it. We did it. I have a title, Blood on the Bricks of Gotham. And
my title is Rocket on the Penguin.
So we'll make collages of our movies or whatever, or Jordan will
a movie poster.
Out.
Oh, that should be the
shit.
The end game. The movie poster.
Yeah. Who makes the best movie poster?
There we go.
That is a challenge.
So hopefully, so by the time you heard this,
you freaking butthole, you have fucking penguins with rockets. I can't compete with that.
That's the whole poster.
Oh,
a winking
just
penguin.
One penguin with a rocket strapped to his back, and he's like, and it just has. That's it. It's just that. Batman. It says.
Did anybody have anything you really wanted to squeeze on the list and didn't?
Well, I mean,
I don't think so.
No, my biggest thing was I was seeing how much fight I would get on the Joaquin Phoenix because it wasn't on your list of movies, but I really wanted that on there. I felt like I feel like no one else was going to pick it.
Joel Schumacher got no love on this list, but
I didn't pick any Christopher Nolan.
Wow. So Joel Schumacher's Gotham's not bad. It's weird, neon colored, but he does something interesting with the set design and all. It's totally bigger than life and crazy. So if anything Schumacher was going to be on my list, it would be his version of Gotham. Yeah. I don't know anything else.
No, I don't. I mean, I guess I honestly think the best Catwoman. Well, I think Michelle Pfeiffer's the best Catwoman, but the most true to life Catwoman, I guess, or whatever, is Zoe Kravitz. I thought she just crushed it in this movie, and I thought about a storyline involving her. In fact, I could even not have her in the movie, and it'd be like him wishing he took a left instead of a right, or a right instead of a left, whatever it was at the end of that movie. And he spends this whole movie, trying to find her or something, but he was just like, I think she was so great, but I didn't want to just Reeves it up. I was like, I'll just take the Batman out of it. And because I like that suit so much, and that the way he was the detective and all that. So,
I just had a couple other potential plus ones. Could have thrown in Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
As Max Schreck, crazy billionaire. I think Lucius Fox would be he's a good sidekick, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. She was a good
Bob the goon.
Bob.
Everybody, Joker needs a goon to kick around. So
yeah.
Or Andrea Beaumont, the Phantasm. Great as a love interest.
Yeah, that comes with a whole big storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about vengeance? There you go. Yeah, I think we did it. We'll get this out there, see what people think of it. It was definitely fun.
That's the idea. We're going to post these anonymously before you hear this episode, right? So we're going to have people vote.
Well, they're going to see. They're not going to know. They're already going to know our picks as they listen to this.
Well, but if they hear it, first, they're going to know who to vote for because they like each of us differently.
Okay, I don't know.
That's true. That would spoil. That would spoil all our picks.
I think it would spoil, but that's. I think you put this out and then you post those. I don't think people do both.
Yeah, no one's going to vote anyway. We don't get any.
Yeah,
it's a three-way tie. We've all voted for
ourselves. The post will catch the people that didn't watch this.
All right, so Cliff volunteered to Photoshop posters together for all these.
No, I volunteered to Photoshop mine.
Yeah, you think ours are going to look very good? Your penguin's going to be on the back of the poster.
All right.
Although now I'm sitting here thinking you should have done all these penguins with Colin Farrell's Joker. Just do the Batman movie, the latest Batman movie with penguins with rockets on their back, and it'd have been even more amazing.
They blow up the Dodge Charger.
He was great. Yeah, he's being chased, and then he hits a button, and it lets a bunch of penguins out of the trunk. Back seat falls down, and fills the Batmobile's filled with penguins with rockets on their back. He's like, ha ha. We're writing all kinds of movies here. Okay, sorry.
That's good stuff. So we hope you enjoyed that. We hope you are a fan of all these high concept, crazy bat ideas. And we want to know which one you would prefer. Which would you plunk down your hard-earned money for a ticket?
If you had to pick, because I think all of them are going to look good on paper. There's only 3 of us picking, so we picked the cream of the crop here. Mm-hmm. So I think we made some good-looking lineups. What's the best? What would you go? What would you want to see the most? What is the closest to your aesthetic?
And not to make any promises, but I was thinking, what else could we use this format for? Could we do a all Star Wars version? There's lots of pop culture out there that we could condense like this. So if you want to hear something else, let us know.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's it for now, though. So we will get back to you shortly. Thanks for listening. My name is Jordan Lowe.
Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. Bye forever.
Ka-Pow, the pop cultured podcast, is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of www.udownwithkpp.com. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a comment. Ka-Pow, the pop cultured podcast, can be found on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, and wherever podcasts can be found. You can connect with us through social media on Facebook, YouTube, at the Ka-Pow Podcast on Twitter, or email the show, Ka-Pow, the pop cultured podcast @gmail.com. If you really want to go the extra mile, join our Patreon at patreon.com/udownwithkpp for special content and access to Patreon-only benefits. We are grateful for anyone who chooses to contribute, but please know that most of our content will remain free. So please continue to like, comment, and share.